I wanted to buy the Vision Pro is, quite honestly, I just love any new technology. Apple rarely introduces a new product category, something like an iPhone, an iPad, an Apple Watch. So this was their next quote unquote big thing. I had to get it.
I watched WWDC in 2023. They started their One More Thing, went through the whole One More Thing, and then the live stream ended. And my first two thoughts were, I need to show this to everyone that I know. And in order to show it to everyone that I know, I have to have it.
It seems like for half a century, I've been reading science fiction and looking at computer setups, and this just feels like this is what we've been dreaming of, a system that really gets you fully immersed and engaged.
I've been using smart displays since 2007 in different iterations, and I felt like it really blended the perfect ideas of form and function and allowed me to explore productivity like I'd never considered before.
There was just so much hype that was around it, and I was in a space where I was really excited to try it out and just be one of those early adopters. I didn't know if I was going to end up keeping it or not, but I was so blown away when I went to the store on opening day to try it out.
Close your eyes for a moment. Capture complete.
My takeaway on FaceTime Vision Pro calls is a big no. I mean, the reality is I just think the quality's not there. I just think they all look awkward and kind of cringy.
I have not been using yet the persona feature. I just feel like it would be too weird, too different, just distracting from a call.
If I use it with someone else who has a Vision Pro, then it's like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is amazing.
It has flew under the radar multiple times to the shock of literally everyone in the office. Most people who know me and have seen my face a couple times will just be like, oh wow, that's an interesting video filter.
I think with friends, especially my close friends, they can't take me seriously with it. They want me to switch back to just like my iPad or my Mac or iPhone.
I probably use my Vision Pro a couple times every few weeks. I do tours in my town, my little village, where I allow people to see my village through different points of time by placing historic photos over top of newer buildings so they can swipe through it.
When I go to work in the morning, I pull my Vision Pro out, I set it on my head. My job is to kind of manage engineering projects. When parts get released, I tend to pull out the CAD and look at it in one-to-one on my desk before we get our hands on it.
I use it for entertainment a lot. Ever since getting the Apple Vision Pro, the TV is basically just turned off at all times unless I have a guest over or I want to play video games.
I've been spending some time helping document intentional communities, co-housing neighborhoods, eco-villages. People say, what's that? If I shoot panoramas and get people immersed in the environment, this is the kind of tool that I think can really help people get it.
And I also love to use it for things like freeform. So it's like actually going up to that freeform board and actually drawing with my finger on it. It's really good and collaborative, and it's also really amazing to be able to do that. And as a content creator, I also really love to edit on it.
If you want to get this thing out there, $3,500 to start is not the place to be. You need to get that price down. But part of the Vision Pro experience is using it with other people who also have a Vision Pro. And so it really needs to be more approachable for the average consumer.
As someone who wears glasses, the Vision Pro was also kind of a challenge for me. I had to get special lenses in there, and that really excited me. These are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses with the AI embedded in them. And I know just being able to gesture with my hand or talk to them is super interesting. So when I think about the future of Vision Pro, I want something that functions a lot more like these.
I think the one thing that could be improved would be the audio experience. When you don't have AirPods in, the audio pods on the sides of the bands are very good, but it's hard to beat physics for bass, trying to travel across distance to your ears.
When you put the Apple Vision Pro on, it can feel like you're in binoculars, actually. In most cases, you kind of start to forget about that, but if the field of view would expand, I think that would make the experience so much more immersive.
I'm not ready to have this on all the time, and physically and socially. I even went to, when the first week I had it, to a panel about cyborgs. And these are people that have been writing about this stuff for 50 years. They were not prepared for a cyborg to enter the room.
The thing I think I like most about the Vision Pro right now is the thing that's probably the most hated about it, and that's the exclusivity. Not everybody has one. That being said, I understand the exclusivity because of the pricing can be a little bit much on folks.
Using the Vision Pro, to me, feels like I'm stepping into the future in a way that no other product allows me to right now.
It really is fun to put on and just be in another world.
When the iPad came out, people weren't really sure how they would use it and fit it into their lives, but there is just so many different use cases for the Apple Vision Pro, and it does certain things really well.
When I first got it, it was great, it was magical, right? There's the honeymoon period of tech where it's just like, oh, this is a cool thing. You don't really think about how much you just spent on it. But then over the last few months, it's just slowly gotten better with updates. It's hard to find something I don't like about it. Everything about it has been almost perfect to me.